Okay, ready?
I really want pizza. Yeah, no.
Pizza? Call Papa John's.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Welcome to our show.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Say it with me. Out of line.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Welcome back. As you can tell,
Welcome
this
me.
is not Brynn. Introduce yourself.
What's up? My name is Addy. I'm Kelsey's sister, mom, best friend.
Therapist, cab driver, the list goes on and on and on.
Uber, Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. Like, I'm sorry. That's all the forms I take for Kelsey in.
And I'm Kelsey, if you forgot. Hello and welcome back to Out of Line. We have a guest today. Brynn is out of town, sadly. So
I love you.
we brought Addy on today. We have a lot to unpack. A lot.
We have many life stories and many years and many people versions of ourselves to talk about.
I feel like we should start at the beginning. So a lot of people question why we're friends because Addy is, you're 25.
I'm 25.
I always think you're 20. I always think you're 20. 25 and I'm 20. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't seem as weird now, but like when we were 15 and I was 15 and Addy was 20, people were like, I don't get it.
Friends? Why is she my best friend?
So let's go back to the beginning. Let's see.
Let's unpack.
I feel like the first time I met you was probably like
you were 5
at the studio. I was definitely little itty bitty. Addy was 10.
I know
assuming.
our earliest memory.
Oh, please share because I don't.
Besides doing privates together that we would do in the sweaty bounce house back
Yes.
studio with no air conditioning.
That was miserable. I can't believe we did that.
One of our old studios used to have a studio where the back house was an old bounce house and it was just pitch black. It was carpet, but we still rehearsed because when did we have studio space?
What else were we supposed to do?
But my favorite early Kelsey memory is when I stretched your feet at Hall of Fame Nationals. I can vividly picture this in my head. And I stretched them not too hard. You were just a whim.
I was a baby. I'm not even going to know. I was a baby, guys.
So let's guess what Kelsey did.
Cries.
And then Alexa, my sister, goes, Kelsey, let me see your aerial. Do you remember this?
I remember. No. Why are you bringing back trauma?
She runs, aerials, falls
intentionally
to the floor and likes to go, well, it's because Addy stretched my feet too hard.
So I just like was a crybaby back then, you know, middle child syndrome, just wanted attention. And like poor Alexa and Addy always had to deal with it. So like our earliest memory was probably privates with Addy, where Addy was probably dreading me coming into the room because she knew I was going to cry.
I was a teenager.
Right. So you're like, I can't
deal with
deal with this.
I just did.
Obviously, that was like first is just like Addy was my teacher / like big sister role model, whatever it is. Then 13 rolls around. I feel like it was about 12, 13.
Yeah.
Add 5 years.
16,
18.
17.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mars. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
So I was going through my parents were getting divorced. Like the world was crumbling around me. I was such a crybaby, right? So my mom, I needed rides to dance because there's a whole lot that goes into it, but we don't need to unpack that today. Needed rides to dance. So Addy,
the studio was an hour away, and I lived 15 from you.
Yeah, she was pretty close to me, and the studio was so far from both of us. So Addy would almost go out of her way to pick me up and take me all the way to Scottsdale for dance.
I had just gotten my license
at 18 years old.
because
you got it at 18.
Yes.
So you were 18, I was definitely 13. And so, hour-long car rides, you get into conversations, right?
You either like the person or you're like, I really am just your cab.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And your mom didn't pay me, so I'm quite glad.
No, it was literally free. Poor girl. I feel so bad. But anyways, I feel like I didn't really have that older sister role model necessarily. And so when I talked to her, I was always careful about what I said and we didn't really trust each other fully yet. I was also 13, so it was this 18-year-old doesn't really care about my problems. No, she did.
No, I did a lot. But I actually would force them out of
No, literally. And so I remember the first time, we always talk about the first time I cussed in front of Addy. I was 13.
Hilarious.
I was talking badly. I literally was saying, I think I was saying, it was stupid butthead or something. And Addy goes, you want to say it. I was fucking asshole. I literally remember it so specifically. That was so aggressive,
I was,
but
proud and honored and happy.
Yeah. No, it was such a big moment for us. I feel like that changed our friendship from there on out.
It made me realize, oh, hey, this isn't a child.
Oh, wait, she is
I'm not best friends with a child. Maybe she...
It was just that phase, you guys.
You have they know this about you. You've had a very high maturity level since you were little.
Yeah.
You grew up quick.
Yeah,
And so the way we spoke to each other made so much sense to me because I was like, oh, you get me. We correspond well, whatever. But then you started trusting me. And I was like,
that's when it all changed. Addie
this is when,
and I don't think anybody knows as much as like Addie does because I was like 13 telling her detail by detail by detail by detail about everything.
Reciprocated.
It was reciprocated.
Telling you detail by detail by detail.
Addie would tell me shit that I probably didn't need to know, like at all. You would come to me.
But think about it now.
And tell me these stories, and I was like,
do you think about it now and you're like, I'm really glad
no,
Addie
I'm
told me
so
that when I was 13.
It made us bond. I just remember being like, damn, you live the life. It was just so unhinged.
It was unhinged, but it was natural.
Yeah. And I remember actually the first time it was like my brother and my mom were talking about it, and they're like, you were on your way to pick me up. We used to have this thing. Sorry, bouncing all over the place. We used to have this thing where Addie would come pick me up and we'd go to Dutch, then come back home. On non-dance days.
Yes.
Like whatever it was, she'd just text me and be like, I'm coming to pick you up. We're going to Dutch. If you don't know what Dutch is, it's like an Arizona thing that
Coffee shop.
Yeah, coffee shop. And so we'd literally just drive to Dutch and come home. And in that short drive, we'd scream to songs.
40 minutes.
About 40 minutes,
Yeah.
like there and back. We'd talk about all this stuff. She'd give me some therapy, and then we'd scream to songs. Then I'd be home, and that would literally be it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'd go to Circle K and explode slushies all over us.
Gosh,
That was such a
I
moment.
would get my hot Cheetos.
Yeah, that was such a good moment for us. But yeah, so that was what we used to do all the time. And I was leaving one day, and my mom and my brother were like, Kelsey, like, Addie doesn't want to hang out with you like that. Like, don't you understand? And I was like, guys, like, she texted me, bro.
Isn't that so crazy to look back at?
It is crazy, but I needed that back then. I truthfully did.
I needed it
I needed a big sister. I didn't have one.
18, 19-year-old Addie was like needing a person.
It's so weird.
You know,
It's literally
like
so weird.
you have soulmates in life and you are my friend soulmate.
Oh, 100%. We were always like
any
twin
extent.
flames.
Yeah.
Always. Like,
no, you're the younger sister, daughter, sibling.
and it's weird
twin
because
flame
like
I've never had.
I feel like we're closer in life now. Like 20 and 25 like makes more sense. Like
Yes.
our lives are pretty similar for the most part. We're like complaining about jobs and work and houses and just shit like that. But like back then at 15 and 18, what did we have to talk about? I don't know.
We had me to talk about and we had Kelsey to talk about, and we loved
Very
that
separate.
because it was like, let me live through you, you live through me, and we both can struggle together.
no, but actually. But so that was, I feel like the middle of our friendship. Okay. If you want to go back on, I think it's on my YouTube channel. We have like random vlogs on there from traveling and
road trips,
all that fun stuff. But speaking of traveling,
girl,
which story should we tell first?
Tell them I did for you.
So much. The amount of money, the amount of debt I'm
y'all
in
can
with
call
Addie.
me Sugar Addie.
But actually, Sugar Addie, for real. She bought all my Dutches, first of all.
My
Second of
father
all,
is calling me.
should we answer Dan's
No,
dad?
we're not answering Mark Moffett. I'm going to continue.
Dan's dad can wait. But I feel like we should unpack Life is Beautiful. Do you remember when you told me that you bought us Life is Beautiful tickets?
I don't.
Okay. Well, we like briefly talked about this. I was not a festival girl. I was a poor girl. Okay. So I watched Addie go there. What? It's literally true. You should write that down. We should talk about that too. So much to talk about.
We should not bring up the
I vote yes. Anyways.
collecting myself.
Collect.
Okay. I cannot believe you just said that.
Poor girl.
Continuing.
Watching Addie go to all these festivals and live this life. And I'm like, that looks so fun. So we briefly talked about.
Girl.
We gotta stay focused,
That's
dude.
gonna happen multiple times. You know I love songs.
If you don't know, that's a festival. It's like has all these artists that go, and
It's
like
in downtown Las
it's
Vegas.
a good like mix of EDM and also just like pop artists, I guess,
Yes.
and like a lot of rap artists and just stuff like
There
that.
was rap,
okay,
but, like I didn't let you.
there was like
go to that.
yeah. So there was like Lil Wayne, and then there was like Louis the Child, and then there's like Post Malone, like just all these people. Okay,
Yes.
Madison Beer.
Yes.
So this needs to be a quick story because we could go on for days, but.
How did I tell you?
Addie FaceTimes me and flips the camera to her computer screen, and it's like, you are going to Life is Beautiful. And I literally was like, you're joking. You're literally... I freaked the fuck
my
out
God, I'm so
and paid
cute.
for it for me. Like,
Yeah,
what? What? I would never do that for
It was like my
someone.
20th show, and it's like your first. Like, I was
Yeah.
going to make it happen.
It was
for you.
our
We
first.
talked about it since 13-year-old Kelsey was 13.
Yep.
And then
we were like, I can't wait till you're old enough to go.
And I was like, I can take you to a festival.
Yep.
Anyways,
Long story short,
so-
watch our vlog if you want the behind the scenes.
Yes.
But Addy picks me up. We drive all the way to Vegas. We go to this
we
festival.
got our nails done.
Ugh,
We had
it was
our
such a peak
hotel.
moment.
We went in a party bus. Don't know how we got there. Let's give you
With
a
what's
quick
her face?
synopsis, right? We can call her Tiffany.
Okay.
I had a bestie, Tiffany, and
Tiffany's her fake name. If you didn't catch that, that's not a real name. We don't like
So,
Tiffany.
Tiffany and I got us backstage. We'll just put it in that way, okay?
Yeah.
Twice. 3
No, we were
times,
backstage
4 times.
a lot of times.
Besides the pass, it was 4
guys,
different
I had no idea
So
what
we
was
had
going
a
on.
pass.
Literally no idea. And Addie's like calls somebody or does something, and then all of a sudden she like grabs me and she's like, "Hey, we're going backstage
Yeah.
for Madison Beer." And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
So that's how it started, which is incredible. Like, we go to Madison Beer, she meets her idol, we're taking pictures, whatnot.
Yeah.
Throughout the weekend, we ended up on stage with Louis the Child. That was
That
pretty
was
sick.
such a
Main
that was
stage.
funny because we're in the crowd, okay?
We didn't belong
You're
there.
sardines with other people, okay? And then all of a sudden, all I
Tiffany.
see is Addie go like this. She goes, "We're going on stage." No explanation. I have no idea what happened before and after that. She just grabs me. We walk up these stairs, and I look, and Louis Child's right in front of me. If you don't know who that is, look him up. They're amazing.
Yes.
That was insane.
Okay, so we're on stage with Louis Child. I think before that, all of them come in what not order, but
Yeah.
we were front row for Miss Queen, Billie Eilish.
Guys, you guys are like Swifties, right? Don't get me wrong, Taylor Swift stan.
T-girl,
I'm a
Billie
Eilisher.
Billie
Okay,
Eilisher.
I love Billie Eilish.
Literally, we are
so
obsessed.
much. Like especially
that era of our
2019.
lives.
That was like Billie's era. Yeah.
Obsessed.
So I literally told Addie, I was like, all I want to do is like see Billie live. Like that's all I want to do.
told me 2
Not
things
only
that you
did I
wanted,
see
and I
her
made both
live,
of them happen.
I was 5 feet away from her that whole time. It was insane.
If
It
you
was
watched
literally
the
insane.
live stream, which we ended up watching 2 months later, we didn't even know this happened. We were on it 6 different times.
Like the cameras that like swing by, like I literally will insert videos because it's so crazy.
Panned to us. It was
And we're just like
nuts.
hugging each other and swaying to like, I love you. It was so sad.
Yes.
I cried. It was a whole thing.
But I think I do know your favorite Life is Beautiful moment.
Oh no. What was it?
Tana.
Tana. Okay.
Okay.
Tana Mongeau. We all know and love.
You take the wheels. You
Okay.
go first, girl.
So first thing I remember, Addie and I were wearing outfits made by the one and only Diane Moffett.
Heart you, Diane.
She had
Moffett.
dogs all over her
Originals
outfit.
on
I had
Instagram.
cats all over mine. It was great. And then Tana turns around and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love your guys' matching outfits. So cute."
Kelsey is missing parts. I'm starting. See, you'll see
What am
this
I
is our
missing?
sister reaction. So Kelsey and I get in this fight, okay? Because she wants to go to Little
I thought
Wayne.
this was after. No, you're probably right. I don't trust my brain. You go. I'll trust.
So Kelsey wants to go to Little Wayne.
Yes.
And I wanted to go 21st night of September.
September.
Okay.
Yep.
So we get in an argument because I wanted to fix my blisters and she wanted to go to Little Wayne.
Yeah.
So anywho, we settle on fixing my blisters because I was going to win the competition.
Addie's feet were demolished.
No, both my big
truly
toenails
demolished.
fell off.
Yeah.
You don't have to acknowledge that.
Yeah,
My
no, that was bad.
chiropractor already did after the fact. So we're going through the crowd, whatnot. 21st night of September comes on. We grab hands and we're like,
And we go.
I roll.
We literally were so mad at each other, and we just go. 21st night of
Yeah.
September.
living.
Yeah, that's all we
So,
wanted, and it was on the September 21st. Also, that's the point of it.
Incredible,
Yeah.
right? So Kelsey looks at me and she goes, "That's Tana over there. That's Tana over there." And I look at you. This is my favorite.
Oh, I know
part
what
of
you're
the
saying.
weekend.
I know what you're saying.
And I go, "We're not taking a photo with her. We're
Yeah.
becoming her friend."
She was like, "No, trust me, just ignore her."
Who do
I was
I
like,
think I am?
"Bro, there's literally Tana Mongeau." She's like,
And I didn't allow you.
Yeah.
I just scooched a little bit.
you were like,
okay?
"No, you'll be fine."
Okay,
I was
back
like,
to where you were going. You had that
So
spot.
then
Yes.
Tana's standing next to us, and she just turns around and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love your guys' matching outfits." And we're like, "Oh, thanks." She's
And
like,
we're
"My
like
mom
not
made
lying.
it."
Like this happened. to
No,
us.
this was so real life.
Yes.
And I just turn around. I'm like, "Okay." So we're just having this conversation. She turns around for a second. She turns back around. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, do you girls like have a lighter?" And like, I didn't have a lighter, but I was like,
We're going through my fanny pack. Like I'm throwing shit
literally
at her.
I'll find one for you. Like, didn't have a
didn't have a
lighter.
lighter.
And then she asked for gum. You were like, "I have gum.
Yes.
I have right here."
Gave her my
Gave her a
gum.
slice of gum. And then she was just
Her
like,
manager looks
"Oh
at
yeah."
us.
Her manager's like, "Oh, this is like my client Tana. You guys should follow her on Instagram." And we're like, "Oh, like okay."
I'm like,
Obviously, we know who she is.
Wow.
Seriously, fake it till you make it.
Yeah, every day of your
Always.
life, which I taught you that officially. So then I, being the amazing, incredible big sister, I was like, hey, she really wants a photo with you. The whole night, she had not let anyone take a step back photo, right? You could only take selfies
All
with
night,
her.
she said only selfies. She literally was taking selfies with everybody and like refused. Okay,
Yes.
then
So she parts the seas. She steps on the rail.
she moves.
puts
She
us
literally was
arm
like
in
made
arm.
everybody back up.
Oh my God, we forgot. She called us bad bitches, bad bitches, bad bitches.
No, hot bitches.
Hot bitches!
Hot bitches, hot bitches, hot bitches. Please. That was my literal peak moment in my life. But like Trevor's there.
Trevi.
Oh, Trevi was there. And then what's
Her
his
manager
name?
at the time, but I don't remember who that was. It was
Seems
a
like
girl.
Amani or something. What's his name? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Ooh, I forget. Okay, the whole squad's there is the point of the
Squad's
story.
there. There's like a video of us like screaming in the background of her Snapchat
Right.
story.
Oh yeah. Manager takes a video of
Yes.
literally us.
Manager takes our photo.
Takes our photo, and then I took a photo of manager and Tana, and like in the
Yes.
story I'm screaming like you're so hot, and then Tana posted on her story and my voice was in it. It was just a great moment, especially for fangirl me. I was like, this is amazing.
And you know what's so unfortunate
Then-
about that, Kelsey? We will never see them.
We'll never see it. We'll never. So Addy hands her phone to the person who's taking the photo, okay?
Right.
Mind you, Tana's whole squad, me and Addy, somehow, okay?
Besties.
So we get on the rail. We're all like arms up, taking the cutest photos probably of my entire life. I've never
Yes.
seen them, so I don't know.
No, they were.
Take these photos. Addie gets her phone back. No
Dies.
idea what happened
It
from
dies.
there. Oh yeah,
It dies.
does die.
Because I put it away.
Yes,
Or else I
it
would have had it in
dies.
my hand.
Puts it away. Okay, this is dead phone at this point. No
Yeah.
idea what happened from there to the point that we got to the car. Mind you, it's like a hike and a half to get from
And we went to,
festival
like, 2 different
to said
bathrooms.
car. Okay. On the way there, we stop at the bathroom, then we stop here, and then we stop here just because we're not thinking. We get to the car. All the fucking, this is like hours and hours and hours later.
we're
I look at
so
Addie and I'm like,
excited to look
oh
at
my
the
gosh,
photos."
plug in your phone. I want to see the
Yes.
photos. She looks down. She's like, where's my phone?
Not here.
Phone gone.
You know, went to search for her. Still not
Gone.
here. She's
We
gone.
hiked all the way back. We looked fucking everywhere.
Do you remember what you said
Wasn't
to me?
there. No.
You look at me, and in the sweetest way, you're like, I'm really sorry this happened to you. But we are never going to see the photos again. And I just look at you infuriated. And
Addie's already
not the
pissed.
time. We don't. We have to go to Arizona tomorrow. How are we supposed to get home? There's a whole other day of the festival. I'm freaking out on her, and she's like 16, and she's like, but we don't have the Tana photo."
She's like, oh, I don't have my phone anymore. And I look at her and I'm like, I hate to break it to you, but we also don't have the Tana photos.
I was like, Kelsey.
she's like, no,
that
I
I'm
fucking
aware of.
realized that.
That I'm aware of. Thank you, Queen.
So that was a sad moment because they're permanently gone forever, but they're there in my
Guess
head.
What happened after that?
Then the next day,
Yeah.
Tana comes up to us again and she was like, oh my gosh, like I remember you guys. You guys look so cute. Da da da.
Yes.
We were like, okay.
we lost my phone.
Yeah.
Can we take another photo?
Yeah.
So we took the selfie.
Unfortunately, it was a selfie, so that's so boring.
But it was
like,
alive.
at least, yeah. So we've gone on a lot of trips since then. I think that was
met
like
some Olympian
oh,
surfers.
We did.
We
Oh,
hung out
Surfer
with them
Boys
for a
was
couple
so fun.
days. San Diego boys forever will hold a special place in our heart.
San Diego Boys were really cute, and I found
Where
a 4-leaf
else have we
clover that
ruled?
day.
Oh, I love
Never forget that. That was such a peak.
We've ruled so many cities together.
We have. We've been pretty much everywhere. And when was the time that we were in Vegas for some reason? Then we stayed another night in Vegas for specific people. No, we literally called Diane Moffett and she booked us another hotel room that night so that we could hang out with blank and blank
Right. And
brothers.
we went to Sonic. And we went.
Yes! Thank you.
We walked the strip with the blank boys. One was my age and one was hers, and I was straight. Oh my!
And now they're one's married, one's engaged.
No, I'm blocked. I'm blocked.
You're also gay, so
Why would I be blocked, especially because I'm gay?
I have no reason to be blocked at all.
They're gonna be like, she's
that was
a
so
huge
fun.
personality. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I know, guys. I'm a lot louder than Kelsey is.
No, I know. We're actually really loud, so sorry if you're
Yeah.
listening in headphones, but I also don't care.
Did no, because Kelsey, we came from California,
Is
and
that
we were
why?
with that one boy,
Did we drive to Vegas?
and we drove to Vegas so Addy could teach.
That's right.
And we stayed,
and we were
got
going to drive
Sonic,
home that
and
day.
then- yes, and
No,
we stayed in
we're
the
literally
DoubleTree,
sitting-
And we got the cookies.
The cookies. We're sitting in this fucking gas station pump, and Addie gets in the car. I don't remember why, but she was like, let's stay another night. And I was like, down?
Yeah.
So I, back then, was a little baby, and I was like, Mommy, can I stay the night? And she calls her mom.
And
She's
her
like,
mom would
Mom,
let me
can
do
you book me a
anything,
hotel room?
Because honestly, I'm trustable.
No, actually, that's such a funny point. I, as a kid, like, my mom wasn't strict. She was just a mom. Like there was things I was allowed to do, things I wasn't allowed to do.
But when it came to
When it came to Addy, okay, I'd be like, Mom, can I go out with my friends tonight? No, you have to stay home. Mom, can I go to Vegas with Addy for a month? Sure.
Yes.
Like she just didn't
no questions
care.
asked. No communication with me either.
We have to tell the cop story.
The cops.
This has to be our last story, and then we'll wrap this up because our pizza's almost here.
Tell them about the Joshua tree.
This too. Oh my God.
Okay, you take cops.
Okay, cop story is hilarious. I'm 15 years old, okay? At the time,
birthday.
I have this friend. We'll name her Prego because she's pregnant now and it's funny. But anyways.
Okay, Queen.
Sorry, that's actually probably not nice. We should call her...
We're going to name her Mom.
Mom. Back up. It's my birthday. Like at midnight, I turned 15 or 16. I don't remember what I turned. I think it was 15. So Addie's like, oh my gosh, let me come pick you up and we'll get Dutch for your birthday. Because there's like a 24-hour one. I was like, great. My brother was there and I was like, Riley, come with. And he's like, okay. So we didn't sneak out technically.
Her mom let her out.
I told my, kind of. I told my mom the day before, I was like, oh, like I want to do something at midnight. Like Riley and I, we should go do something. And my mom was like, okay. So that's all she really knew about that. So at midnight, I just like grabbed my brother and I was going with Addy. So I knew it would be fine.
Yeah.
And I go outside and I just get in the car with Addy and she picks us up and we go to Dutch. On the way, I'm like, let's go pick up friend. So friend comes. Friend sneaks out of her house.
House window.
This is important. She had a basement at the time and climbed out of her basement like escape and then like out this window and like came.
Yes. I did not know that. I did not know.
I don't think I knew that at the time.
Oh, really?
I literally was just like, do you want to be picked up? And
I was like,
her parents were really
what's up?
strict. And so I guess I should have put it together. I didn't. This is like all too perfect the way this happens.
Yes.
So then anyways, so we go to Dutch. We do get Dutch, okay?
Yes.
Then on the way back, friend is like, oh, there's this really cute bridge in this neighborhood. Like, let's go park and like take photos or something, okay? So we go in this neighborhood and she's like, oh my gosh, like I babysit in this neighborhood. And as we drive past, she says like, oh, like I babysit for this cop. And she looks over and she's like, oh, that's weird. His like car isn't there, okay?
Yeah.
I just remember this happening.
So
important.
Yes.
So then anyways, we ignore it. We keep driving. We park right near this bridge. Like as we park, we weren't even doing anything. Okay, mind you, it is like 1 a.m. at this point.
And I don't drive with shoes on. That's important.
No, don't drive with shoes on. And you also had friend too, and friend had vape.
And
okay,
I had
this is important.
Friend, yes.
Yeah. So then, next thing you know, cop lights turn on behind us, and we're like, "What?"
We're
like
shook.
we didn't do anything, so we were just confused,
Past
and we're like,
curfew,
"Okay."
obviously.
Cop comes over. We start trying to fib our way out of this.
I get out of the car.
We
He's
realize.
threatening me.
Gets out of the car. He flashes his flashlight in the back of the car. What are the fucking odds? My friend babysits for that guy's family. That's the exact cop that she babysits for. So he flashes his light and he's friends with her parents.
And he goes, Mom?
Oh, I almost said her name.
That's what we named her.
Yeah. He goes, Mom? And he's like, there's no way your parents are actually letting you out this
friend
late.
Goes, hi, Mr. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
we both are like, what? Are you kidding me? And so he's like, I know for a fact you're not allowed out this late. And so friend
Rude.
Gets out, talks to the cop behind the car.
Never.
Riley and I are in the car.
Before that had a police encounter or after that had a police encounter.
Oh, I did, but.
Anyways, you get in the cop car.
So then, yeah.
I follow you home.
So cop gets us out.
Cop doesn't really
Addie
follow
is
you
like,
home.
can I just take her home? Like, you know, I know where she lives. Because cop is saying, I'm taking mom, friend. I'm taking her home because he knows where she lives, knows her parents, is going to talk to her parents. And we're like, okay. And so Addie's like, can I just take her home? And he's like, no, I can't trust you to do that.
Who
and he was
knows
like,
how I talk to a cop?
And she was like, can you follow me there? Like, I'll take her directly home. It's not that big of a
Yes.
deal. The cop was not nice. He said no. So he says, you two need to get in my car.
A cop caught Kelsey Addy doing nothing, not even
Sitting on the side of the road.
shit,
Not
which
only
I wish
Kelsey,
we
Addy,
were.
Kelsey, brother, blank friend,
My
Addy,
friend.
your friend, all in the car.
'Kay.
I get in the car with my brother. My brother's so excited, I'm crying.
Yes, brother is Snapchatting, and the cop brings Kelsey to door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then
I followed them home.
Cop drives me all the way home. Okay. I go inside. I'm thinking my mom's going to kill me. My brother can get away with murder, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But so I go inside. I literally remember waking up my mom and being like, hey, Mom, so there's a cop outside that wants to talk to you. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, long story,
Freshly
whatever.
16.
Summarized it. And she's like, okay. So she comes downstairs and literally goes to the cop and like says, oh, no, like I gave them permission to go out. Like I gave them full permission.
Addie's
She
her
did
guardian,
not. Yeah.
like-
She's like, Addie's her guardian, like blah, blah, blah.
I was
All this
18,
BS.
So technically I could be her
Yeah.
guardian.
And prior to this, he took friend home. And that was funny because friend got in so much trouble. But literally grounded for life. But yeah, so then
Well, not anymore.
I
Sorry.
got away with it, even though I didn't do anything. So
Yes.
I literally whatever.
Crazy Kelsey Addy.
But
Young Kelsey Addy.
Young
story.
Kelsey. So that was my first cop. Actually, I don't think that was my first, but that was one of my cop
That was
encounters.
My one and only. Yeah, I know. I'm an angel child.
My brother and I got in like weird, not like necessarily like trouble with the cops, but like one time we were like biking around
Did you ever go to
our
the
neighborhood.
abandoned airplanes. I feel like that happened.
No,
to
I
you.
did.
It was the cops then,
And
right?
yeah. And we trespassed for
you
this,
would
like
just
this
be doing,
hiking
like,
spot.
random shit.
Yeah, but I never got arrested. I never got in trouble. It was just like,
because
yo,
don't
you
have my
can't be
number
here.
memorized, so
Right.
you would have had to call me.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
that leading into, you know everything about me and I know everything about you.
Oh, literally.
Like to no extent
Everything, it's
of
so bad.
Not a single detail I don't know about
Yeah,
you.
there's pretty much everything. Like, I remember when I was young, like anything would happen with a boy, with my mom, with whatever, I'd just call Addie and like sob crying to her, and she'd just let me. It was great.
You know what my favorite thing is?
Oh, no.
Is Kelsey will call me now and you will reference back to things I said to younger Kelsey when I was 20.
It's all there, guys.
And it's
still there.
adorable to be like, oh, I knew I was making a point, but like you listened.
No, I literally listened. You were like the one person I listened to.
I was right. Duh.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Should we tell them the Joshua Tree story?
Yes, because it's actually really funny.
Last final funny. Because
And then we'll
hilarious.
answer some questions.
Yes. I decide that I want to sell my, I'll just say it how it is. Sell my Cartier bracelet so I can go on a trip.
Yep. Stop at the pawn shop, head to
Stop at the pawn
California. That's
shop,
literally what happened.
Get the cash, go to California.
Yep.
2 nights in a gorgeous,
like
cool
beautiful,
Airbnb.
beautiful Airbnb, all paid by Sugar Addy.
By Sugar Addy.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible, necessary, completely worth it.
It was
about
so
a
worth
year
it.
ago to the day, actually, that we went. And
Yep.
we, at the time, I am currently in a happy, loving relationship. I
was
but-
in a relationship at the time, and I broke up with my boyfriend due to this trip because it was that good.
Yes. And I was crushing on someone hard.
Yeah.
And Kelsey was like, well, I kind of want my mans to want
Well,
me.
I was dating somebody who like, sorry, but didn't care for me at all. So I was like, oh, maybe
She's
if we
like,
do
maybe I want him
this.
to date me or maybe someone else.
Yeah.
Okay. So we decided on him, and I decided on the girl that I was talking to at the time. And we write their names down because Kelsey tells me this works.
Because no, we saw this TikTok that was like, oh, write your crush's name on like a piece of paper, put it in the freezer, and they'll text you.
Yeah.
So we
do
decided
it.
to actually do it because we're like, what's the harm?
Why the fuck not? Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're on the drive home. And we realized that we left the pieces of paper.
We left them in the fucking freezer.
We left 2 random fucking names.
And it was first, middle, last name.
Full names.
It wasn't just like a name. It was like full fucking names.
And you know what
in
I
the
think
freezer.
about it now? I don't even know her full name.
Yeah,
I could
I know.
barely tell you a single recollection of this woman. Like
I could tell you about this
we
person.
must have not been that down bad. We just
No, I
thought
think it
we
was
were.
like that was fresh. I was like dating this person. Well, it was weird because like, sorry, I'm gonna expose him really fast. But like
it.
this person, like we were talking and like before he even knew my last name, he like told me he loved me before like asking me to be his girlfriend. So he didn't like tell me that he. Yeah, it wasn't like I'm
was a
asking you to be
painting
my
that said,
girlfriend.
I love you.
We went painting and it said I love you, and then I was like, does this mean we're dating? And he's like, yeah. So there was
Yes.
no official like, will you be my girlfriend?
Yes.
You know. And so we were like dating, but then yeah.
And
so
I was
then
single for like
it's funny.
it was a couple months after my breakup at the time.
Yeah,
And
this
so I
relationship
was
lasted maybe 2
dying
months. It
for
wasn't
something
deep.
New.
Yeah.
So I was like completely obsessed with this girl. You were completely obsessed with this boy.
Yeah.
We both like to be single or in relationships at the same time.
Yeah.
Except for the current period of time.
Currently right now, because I don't know what era I'm in. I mean, you guys know from Brynn and I's podcast, everybody thinks it's so funny that we're always talking about new guys,
You're
which
so
it's not
single.
even like,
You're so single, but it's not like
I'm
that.
not a whore. Let's just put it that way. Obviously,
Right.
the goal is relationship, but it's also like I'm not eager to get in one at all.
Hey, also, if you put a different plate of pizzas in front of me, I'm going to want to try all the pizzas before I know which one I like. But it didn't mean I ate the whole pizza.
I know exactly what you mean by that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was
you're
gonna
you're
say
so
sandwiches,
welcome.
but pizzas
No,
make so
pizza
much
just
more
makes more
sense
sense,
to me.
and our
Pizza
pizza should be here soon. Okay, should we answer some questions because
let's do
we have
it.
so much to unpack.
Okay, girl.
A lot of you guys are asking the same question, and I'm just not into it. So we're only going to answer the questions we want to answer. Has your friendship taught you
Oh my gosh.
that I can actually trust a human?
Oh, she's going first.
No, that's
And
like
you said mine. Oh, I love you.
it's so true though. Like especially at the age that I met you, I couldn't trust people for shit.
Yes.
I'm a lot more trustworthy now, but truthfully, like I knew as soon as I started telling Addy my secrets and they weren't going everywhere, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like,
I think mine too is you can trust someone and you can keep trusting someone.
No, seriously.
Because you've valued that in our friendship as a child. You highlighted, hey, whatever you tell me is between Kelsey and Addy. Yeah. And we've kept that ride or die our whole entire lives.
And I feel like this needs to be said because Addy and I have been friends for so long. And especially a lot of the questions are like, how do you guys handle a friendship with like an age gap, I guess? And like one thing we were always very good at is like no matter what was going on in our lives, if she had a busy time in her life, like she was in a Vegas show for a while and like no matter what it was, if one person was busy or whatever it is, the other friend wasn't like, how dare you not keep me, you know, like blah, blah, blah. Like we were allowed space in our friendship so often. And we still go through those phases. Like
where I won't see you for months or I'll see you 2 days a week.
No, literally like we'll either hang out every day of the week or we'll like go a few months. Or if I text Addy, hey, want to hang out? And she says, oh, like I'm not in the mental space to do so.
Then you're like, okay, your capacity is full and I'm good. I'll see you whenever you can see me.
And that's, I feel like that's what's so hard about most friendships. Like, especially like my roommates now, it's different because I see them all the time, no matter what. But friendships that you like don't live with, it's like you have to find that balance. And I hear so often my friends like, oh, well, what do I do if my best friend like stopped talking to me? Like, have an honest conversation about it.
Have an honest conversation. You know, most confrontation usually is miscommunication. And I think another one too that I think I did very well is I never treated you as me being superior to you.
Oh, 100%.
Does that make sense?
That's the thing is you being older was never like a, hey, I know better. You need to listen to me. No.
I never thought I did.
It was always like,
thought we're learning together.
Here's advice, take it or leave it kind of thing. You know?
Like you are very much equal to me because I chose you to be my friend.
Yeah.
My 5 years younger students I teach, on the other hand, I teach them as their teacher. But you became the person that I was like, no, you're my friend.
It was like we were actually like
friends. Doesn't matter how old you are, like you're my friend.
I don't know when that happened, but it happened at some point, and like now she can't get rid of me. So
ditto.
Says, what's your type in women? Your girlfriend.
You know what's so funny? It's not.
Can I name drop?
You know this about me. My girlfriend is the complete opposite of my type. I was thinking about this as I drove here. So I got a question. Can I just put this one in real quick?
Go for it.
So we got a question on how we knew we were gay.
Okay.
And I was thinking about this on my drive here. And my first ever girl crush, I met at a dance nationals. And it was the first ever lesbian dancer I'd ever met. Aww. And she had a crush on me. And I looked at one of my friends. And for the first time, I admitted out loud, I think I'm gay. And I think I have a crush on her.
That's so wholesome.
So wholesome. But you know what's funny? That girl looks exactly like my current girlfriend.
Really?
But I never dated.
That's true.
And so my girlfriend, she's black, gorgeous, beautiful, long hair. And my typical type has been blonde. You know, I like to say growing up, I like girls who look like me.
Yeah.
I just think I'm really pretty in a humble way. You know,
in a very humble way. Please.
And so I've always dated women that I thought resembled me.
And that was the problem.
And that was the problem because I wasn't actually attracted to them if we're really going to throw it out there.
No, let's be so for real right now.
And then I met my beautiful, amazing girlfriend. Aww. And I was like, oh, yeah.
That's so weird.
She's my type.
But I also
Lexi,
feel like
hi queen, you are my
hi
type.
Lex, we love you. We literally love Lex. But like I feel like that's so weird because that's like the era I'm in right now. Like, but everybody I've been interested in recently is like so far away from my type. Like I think that 2023 is all about switching it the fuck up.
I think it's also we're realizing like, hey, what we were doing isn't working.
I mean. A little bit. Brynn especially, you not as much. Brynn likes to shit on me for my exes. Just like a Kelsey, like
I do.
Because I'll be like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that, blah, blah, blah. And Brynn's like, well, dude, I tried to tell you. Like I literally tried to help you. Brynn and Addy both were always just like, girl, what are you doing?
I support you in every decision you make.
And I just was making bad decisions.
Ugly men. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
I'm sorry for you.
Thank you. I'm sorry for myself.
Since I have my podcast moment to shine, here's my statement for everyone.
Oh.
Everyone is hot. And everyone should think they're hot. And if you don't think you're hot, it is your own mind that is telling you that you're not. Okay, let me clarify.
Okay.
Every single human being has a hot, sexy quality to them.
Absolutely.
If you find it, you'll believe it, right?
Absolutely.
But if you tell yourself that everything's horrible about you, or you're not society's version of pretty, or you're not this, or you're not that,
I've been telling you guys this.
You will fucking believe it. So if you sit with yourself and you're like, hey, I think I'm amazing, groundbreaking, stunning, gorgeous, then you will start to believe it. I literally am living proof of fake it till you make it.
Oh, absolutely.
I had a period of time around Kelsey's age is actually where I started to find myself again. Where I lost completely who Addy was. And I decided that whatever Addy fucking became was who Addy was going to be. And I was going to love her for that. And so if you decide, no matter what about yourself, hey, I love that.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
what's the harm?
Nose is crooked. I love that.
That's what I always say is like, I was just talking about this on our last podcast. What's the harm? You know what I mean?
Like,
what is the harm of telling yourself that you're the shit? Because I was just saying this. Like, I used to think, oh, I'm not going to look at myself in the mirror and say I'm pretty because that's a lie. Okay, well, what if it is? Who literally gives a shit? Like, what's the harm in gaslighting yourself into thinking that you're the shit? Because I feel like that's something that I've always learned from Addy is like, from a young age, my mom used to take photos of me and be like, she wants to be at Addy Kaylee because Addy's thing was she did whatever the fuck she wanted. Like, literally whatever she wanted. And that's always been something I looked up to because I always did whatever I thought other people wanted of me.
And
that's
don't give a flying fuck what other people think because they don't matter.
They don't.
And in the end of the day,
you're the only thing that matters.
Who do you go to sleep with? Your own thoughts. So wouldn't you rather them be nice?
Wow, she's speaking facts right now. Actually.
I don't know. I just love myself and I think I'm really awesome and I really like to see other people think the same of themselves.
No, it's true though. Favorite memory together? I feel like just seeing Billy live.
I think it's Billy too.
That was such like a peak moment because the amount of times we've screamed that in the car and then just seeing it live was just so
That's
cool.
incredible.
That
it
was
has
a really
to
good
be
moment.
Billy for sure.
Yeah, or just Mars. I don't remember how Mars came about. I remember you saying like...
Oh, I remember what was going on with me.
Somebody...
What was going on with you?
Something was happening with me. One of the boys that I was in love with in high school broke my heart.
No, he hadn't. No, my pre-ex of that ex
before
had really fucked me up.
Yeah, that was bad.
And then I was about to start liking the ex after that, which is mad.
That was right before then.
We don't have to talk about it.
But yeah, and then I was in love with some kid, stupid fucker at school and didn't like me back or something.
We went driving up this mountain to this place called Mars, but we couldn't find the real Mars. So we decided we were going to make our own.
Yeah.
So we made our own. We dropped a pin and we parked and we got on top of my black
backstory. In Arizona, there's like obviously a lot of mountains and stuff. Like I don't know if you have that, but like we just have mountains and like you just make a bunch of turns, you find a spot, and then it's like your spot. So we just pinned it, called it Mars. This was our Mars.
Yes.
But continue.
So we get on top of my Jeep, which was a usual occurrence. We would actually do that in the In-N-Out parking lot. I think that's one of my favorite memories.
Oh, that is such a good memory. Brynn was there for that memory, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. And we both started bawling, crying.
Sobbing.
One of the
this is like the only time I cried in front of you. I don't cry anymore.
I don't cry ever.
We don't cry in front of each other anymore.
Like the one time I had a really major freak out.
Yep.
And we had a major freak out. And
we unpacked everything about just like anything that's ever hurt us. We just like cried about it and talked about it.
And somehow became content enough with the fact of like, hey, it still fucking sucks, but we have each other. And that was the moment of, I think that sewed us together. That was like, hey, we have a place and we have us.
No, yeah.
You know,
that
everything
was really
else
good.
surrounding us was shitty. On this
that was
so
such a good moment.
Everything around us was shitty. Kelsey.
It really was. It was so
we
bad. That was a terrible time.
Good years where it was just Kelsey and Addy.
I mean, looking back, like there was worse shit to come, for sure. But in that point in time,
poor sad girls. Yeah. That was a fucking thing.
God, look how far we've come.
And now we're getting tattoos of the fucking planet.
That is crazy. We do need to schedule that soon.
Yeah, we do.
I'm so down.
I know.
Now I literally have more tattoos than I ever plan on getting.
I have my gay, and then I don't have any other.
I was never like, yeah. Oh, I forgot.
I don't have a matching. Never get a matching tattoo with your significant other.
Never. Why would you do that?
No. You can. You
just
can
don't do that.
Not within a month of dating them. Y'all gonna have to have me back on at some point to tell that story. We're gonna need to do that. But this was fun. This is a really fucking long podcast. I hope you all want me back because
she's coming back.
I've also
Get ready for it.
Brynn since she was 5'2".
Oh no,
so
Addy is literally a big sister to us both.
A whole different other side of life.
Yeah.
And our pizza's not here.
And our pizza's still not here, which is so rude.
Drop at the door.
I might have actually. Don't you think they would have?
Because I heard beep 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 beep.
Possibly
before
then.
The crickets,
okay, well, we'll check for the pizza.
Thank you so much for
watching.
Me,
I always say XOXO because that's my phrase. So thank you for watching. We love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to Pierce Media. We didn't answer questions from our phone number this week, but I will put the phone number in the description so you guys can have it.
Love it.
Love you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed Addy.
Thanks for having me.
Next week, we will be taking next week off. By the way, I forgot to say that. Brynn's out of town. We're planning for a trip.
Cute.
We'll be back the following Friday.
but all have held you all over anyway.
Yeah, don't you guys worry. Follow Addy at Addy Kaylee.
At Addy Kaylee.
We'll put it all down low. Don't you worry.
All right.
Love you guys.
Beautiful.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.